Welcome back to the Making Madness YouTube channel. This is Jonathon here to break down the news as Timmy Allen has announced that he is going to return to Texas for what is a super senior season. Certainly big news for this Texas Longhorns team. Allen was, a terrific player. Like he is a, high level bucket getter, a good scorer from kind of the mid range, and he certainly brings back some experience from last year's Texas team, some program continuity, and now Texas looks like they're going to once again be one of the top teams in the Big 12. This is certainly a loaded Big 12 conference, but Texas looks like they're going to be good. Timmy Allen being back helps solidify that 4 spot for them. He's certainly going to be a really good player. We know what he is. Like, he's not an elite 3-point shooter, kind of more of a mid-range guy, but he's an elite mid-range scorer. He can get to the basket with ease and score around the rim. He's good at that 4 spot, plus the defensive, upside he brings. You bring him back alongside Dylan Dessou at the front court, and this is a really good kind of front court. We'll see about Trey Mitchell. Hasn't entered the portal yet. I'd be surprised if he's on the roster, but certainly, that could be a name to watch. Then you look at elsewhere on the roster, they've got 5-star freshman Dylan Mitchell, who I think will play kind of some 3-4 alongside Timmy Allen. He'll be a good kind of spot at that piece, so he'll be good there. They've got Rowan Brumbaugh coming in as a freshman, as well as Arterio Morris. That will be a good kind of backcourt of the future. Going to be interesting to see where they are. Brock Cunningham coming back for another season. We know what he brings. He's just kind of a hustle guy, hustles to the extreme. But he's going to be, certainly a good player. They've got a couple other freshmen as well. But they're probably also going to hit the transfer portal here. I suspect that they're going to look for some experienced guards in the transfer portal. Like you look at, where are some names. They're going to lose Courtney Ramey. How do you replace him? They've been, talked about for Kendrick Davis. Doesn't sound like he's going to go there, but can they get another guard like that? I think the offseason is still, to be decided for Texas. I think there's a few more names where they're going to be adding a few more pieces. I certainly don't think the roster as is currently constructed is good enough to compete for a Big 12 title, but if they're able to add a couple guards, a couple good pieces throughout, maybe they could be in that spot. So it's going to be interesting to see, but all things considered, the biggest news Texas could have gotten is getting their best player back for another season, and that is Timmy Allen. Getting him back for another season is huge. So we'll see where Texas goes from here, but certainly looks like they are going to be once again one of the top teams in the Big 12 and maybe even a Big 12 title contender. So thanks again for tuning in to the Making Madness YouTube channel. We'll be back next time to break down future transfers, future draft decisions, wherever it comes. So stay tuned.